I am so excited for the Patreon to launch. I cannot wait to get to know you guys more and to get to spend more time with you and to get to do fun stuff. Okay, hi everybody. Thanks for coming back if you've been here before, or hi, welcome if you're new. My name's Minky, I'm a therapist, and we talk about therapist-y things on this channel. Normally, except for today, we're talking about something different because today is a very special announcement. We're talking about the Patreon. I'm very excited. The Patreon is going to officially launch tomorrow, as long as I don't shit the bed and like forget to edit this if I get it up on time. So I wanted to make this video to talk to you guys a little bit about the Patreon and to explain to you what all is coming and to talk to you a little bit about what's going to be over there and just like, you know, generally talk about it a little bit because I'm excited. So we're also going to be launching merch separate from the Patreon that like you don't have to pay monthly. It's just a one-time thing. Like you can just buy fucking merch like a normal person if you want. So we are also going to talk about that. I'm going to show you some of the designs and stuff and like talk about the things. So let's do that. I also wanted to clarify the Patreon and the merch is launching on April 1st, but I promise you that this is not an April Fool's joke. This is the thing, like, it's the first of the month. It made sense to launch it then. I'm not gonna wait till fucking May. So, like, it's not an April Fool's joke, I promise. We're just launching it on the 1st. Okay? Okay, let's talk about Patreon. Our Patreon is gonna have 3 separate tiers at 3 separate price points, obviously. And we're gonna walk through each of the tiers from lowest to highest price point. So at the bottom end of things is the lowest tier, which is called Basic Needs. All of our tiers are themed after Maslow's hierarchy of needs because that felt really funny to me. It's like sort of a therapy funny haha, which is probably not funny to anyone except for me, but it's my Patreon, and so I make the rules. So the first tier is $5 a month, and that's called the Basic Needs tier, and the benefits are as follows. When you join for $5 a month, you get access to the Patreon community and all of the exclusive updates there. So anything that I post as far as like photos, videos, just like general updates, that will be included with the $5 tier. You also get access to vote in the polls for a monthly Patrons Pick video, where once a month I will put up a poll with usually 2, maybe 3 topics for y'all to vote on, and whatever wins. We will make the video about that and we will upload that, and the only people who get to vote on that are people who are patrons. The other thing that's going to live on the $5 tier is ad-free and also uncensored, unaltered reaction videos. So for example, all of the Love is Blind videos that we made that have the puppy b-roll on them, if you are bothered by the puppy b-roll and you want to see the unaltered versions of those videos, those will live on Patreon forevermore. And moving forward, any reaction videos that we make that we have to censor with b-roll for AdSense purposes or for copyright purposes, there will be the uncensored version of that uploaded to Patreon also. So like I said, if you are bothered by the puppy b-roll, or if you just want to watch the videos without ads, those will all live on Patreon on the $5 tier. The other thing that is included on the lowest tier is a 10% off discount code for the Bonfire merch. Bonfire is the third party that we're using to host all of our other merch outside of Patreon. And so at the $5 tier and up, you get a code for 10% off of that merch. Okay, so let's talk about the second tier, which is called Love and Belonging. The Love and Belonging tier is $10 a month. It includes all of the benefits of the previous tier. So the access to the Patreon community, voting in the polls, the uncensored and ad-free videos, the 10% off coupon or discount code for the Bonfire merch, but it also includes access to our podcast, which I'm so excited about. Erin and I have decided to start a podcast called the Vaguely Therapeutic Podcast, where we are going to delve into topics sort of related to stuff that we talk about on the YouTube channel, but in a more personal way, in a more human way. Y'all really enjoyed his commentary on the Love is Blind videos. And so I'm very excited for you guys to get to know him more and get to meet him a little bit. We are also going to be making content that's kind of like the complement to things that we talk about on YouTube, where things typically will hit the cutting room floor for time, for, you know, the video being cohesive, and for things being easily digestible. All of that type of content is going to live on the podcast where Erin and I can just kind of dick off and talk about it like people. Of course, I'm still going to bring my clinical expertise to the table, but it will be a little bit more of a human feel, a little bit more of a conversation feel. A lot of the goal that we have with the Patreon is in fostering a sense of community and getting to actually interact with you guys. So I'm very, very excited that we have this podcast where we can be like more people, more personable, and like actually get to engage with you guys on a human level. And so that's a lot of our goal with the podcast. Our first episode that is going up, that will go live tomorrow, April 1st, is a sort of get to know you episode where Erin and I actually answered a good amount of the questions on Girl Defines 136 questions to ask on a first date or what the fuck ever. We actually had like a couple deep philosophical moments and shared a little bit about our marriage and our life and just like our beliefs about stuff. And so that was a really fun one, and I'm really excited for you guys to hear it. So if you guys want access to the Vaguely Therapeutic podcast, that will only live on the $10 tier and up. The other thing that lives on the $10 tier is the option to vote on podcast topics. So similar to the patrons pick video polls, on the $10 tier, you guys will get the option to vote on podcast topics. We'll put 2, sometimes 3 topics for you guys to choose from. And then, based on what you guys pick, we will talk about it on the podcast. And we are also, the other thing I'm so excited about for the $10 tier is that we're going to be doing live Let's Plays and also like a party game situation. So the Let's Plays are going to be for us to just vibe and hang out in the chat. I'm going to play video games, probably poorly, if we're being honest, but I would love for you guys to come and vibe with me while I play The Sims or while I fuck off in Skyrim and like mostly just make potions if we're being totally honest. We can just like hang out and have fun. But I also really wanted to include the party games in there so that we can actually play games together. My husband has been telling me a lot that Fall Guys and like all of these other like, interactive games like Among Us and whatever are actually really fun, and I've never played them. So if you want to laugh at me and play video games with me, that's going to live on this tier where we get to like actually hang out together and spend some time just getting to know one another. So those are the other 2 things on the Love and Belonging tier that I'm super excited about. Our last tier is called Self-Actualization. This is the like tippy top. This is our $25 a month tier. Obviously this one includes all the benefits of the previous tiers, but it also includes live Q&As. So we strategically placed the live Q&As here so that we don't have a lot of traffic. I have seen on previous Q&As that we did to celebrate like 10,000 subs and 50,000 subs that there was some frustration about people feeling like they weren't being heard. So we specifically placed the live Q&As on the highest tier so that I can actually answer all of your questions and really get to engage with you guys on a human level. And like I said, get to know you guys. The goal, like I said, that I have for the Patreon is to foster the sense of community and to actually get to know you as people. So I'm really excited to have the Q&As on there where we can like learn about each other and you guys can learn more about me as a person and a human. So the Q&As are going to live on the $25 tier. We are also going to have exclusive video content on the $25 tier that won't exist anywhere else on the internet. So this will include stuff that's just like bonus exclusive content that doesn't make sense for it to live anywhere else. The first video that's going up there, for example, is a tattoo tour where I tell you guys the story and the history of my tattoos and what I have planned next, and you guys can see them up close and all of that stuff. But we're also going to be doing exclusive Therapist Reacts series that just simply can't live on YouTube. I have seen a lot of requests for me to talk about sex education and Too Hot to Handle in particular, and those TV shows, quite honestly, are probably just going to get me shot into the center of the sun if I try to talk about them on YouTube. So to avoid the like absolute nightmare that is like copyright and monetization issues, we will be filming those and putting them up on the $25 tier exclusively. And we will also be doing those live. So every now and again, we will sit down, Erin and I, and just have like a watch party where we sit and do live reactions to, sex education, Too Hot to Handle, whatever the flavor of the month is that can't go on YouTube. That content will live exclusively on the self-actualization tier. The last benefit on the $25 tier that I am so beyond excited is going to be a merch loyalty program. So every 3 months that you're subscribed to the $25 tier, you will get an exclusive item of merch that does not exist anywhere else in the world. We are launching merch on Bonfire separately, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but these merch items don't exist anywhere. You can't buy them anywhere. You can't get them anywhere except for by being subscribed to the Patreon. The very first thing that you get after being a subscriber or a patron for 3 months is a mug that we used the cease and desist letter from BetterHelp to make. And I'm really excited about it because technically I'm not selling you anything. So if you want to read the nastygram that BetterHelp sent me and also drink out of a mug that says BetterHelp's Tears on the front, subscribe to the $25 tier for at least 3 months and you'll get that mug. And then after that, after 6 months, you get a sticker, which we actually used some of my shitty artwork to make. We scanned it and turned it into a sticker, and I'm very excited about it. It's really cute. I'll show you guys the mock-ups right now. The sticker that you'll be getting is an actual scan and print of a piece of shitty artwork that I've made. And then the 9-month is a mini print. The mini print is an actual scan of the the original fat queer canvas that I painted. And then after you've been a patron of the self-actualization tier for a whole year, you get a t-shirt, which I am so excited about. The merch that we made has really been a journey. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of back and forth and a lot of like edits and like whatever, but this is by far my favorite piece of merch that we made. I think it is a t-shirt that you all know that I'm a wordy bitch, and so we had to make a wordy bitch t-shirt, but it felt appropriate for us to also make it a little bit lewd, like kind of raunchy, kind of rude. And so I'll show you guys the mock-up for that. If you recognize that logo, no you don't talk about it. I'm really excited about this t-shirt. And again, I'm not technically selling it to you, so I'm really excited that that gets to live somewhere. And like I said, you can't get that anywhere else except for Patreon. So those are all the things that are gonna live on the self-actualization tier. And that kind of wraps up the Patreon. The other thing that I wanted to address here, I know it's very common for creators to include a Discord server as a benefit for their Patreon, and we really strongly considered it. I do still want to do this, but we are looking into how to do this in a way that is ethical and that's safe. It's not lost on me that a lot of y'all are people who are actively seeking services for active, mental health concerns. And so I feel some type of way about opening a Discord server, not having the appropriate mod team at my disposal. Quite simply, or quite frankly, the situation is that the only mods that Aaron and I would have to moderate the Discord right now would be Aaron and me and 1 or 2 friends of ours, which in my opinion is just not sufficient. I really want to make sure that we're doing our due diligence to keep people safe and to give people the resources that they need because of the demographic that I have. And so I do really want to do it. But we need to do some more research, and we need to have some more robust resources in our corner first, and also set some real firm boundaries if we're being totally honest with y'all. So ideally, in an ideal world, that will be happening eventually, but for right now, we just weren't able to make it happen, and I wanted to launch this anyways. I didn't want to keep this from you guys for I don't know how many months until we were able to get a mod team together. So put a pin in that. We'll come back to that eventually, hopefully, if I'm able to kind of get the ball rolling there. Let's pivot and talk about the merch. Like I said, the merch is being hosted through Bonfire. This is just a separate thing. You don't have to pay a monthly membership fee for it. It's just a regular one-time purchase like everybody else's merch. I am really excited about Bonfire because I have purchased Bonfire merch from other creators and I really liked it. If you're a fan of Jen from Fundy Fridays, she hosts her merch through Bonfire and I've had really good experiences with them. So I'm super excited that we have all the merch on there. I'm going to show you guys some of the designs right now. For the Bonfire merch, we have a set of designs that are part of our initial launch. And I want to encourage people, if you like them, go buy them. I don't have a set date for when they're going to disappear, but I do feel strongly that I don't want them to be just around forever. We're probably just going to do regular merch drops where things kind of rotate. And so if you like them, I would encourage you to buy them sometime in the foreseeable future. The first design that we have is the That's Inappropriate t-shirts and also a tote bag. This one was just because you guys think it's really funny that I say that's inappropriate a lot, which things are inappropriate. So it comes in a t-shirt, a tank top, a crew neck, hoodies, all the things. The next design that we made was the banana pancakes design. I say this a lot too, and y'all seem to think this is really funny. And so I worked with an artist to create a design that incorporated banana pancakes, and I am so happy with the way that it turned out. I think it's very, very cute. So we have the banana pancakes design in black and in white that you can get on all the things. Also, memed my cat. My cat is constantly trying to break into the room when we film things, and y'all have strong feelings about it, and so does she. So we turned her into an actual bodybuilder. We worked with an artist who turned her into an actual bodybuilder, and it's hilarious. She's really cute. I'm so jazzed about the way that this one turned out. So we have Echelon reimagined as a bodybuilder. And then the other design that there are many iterations of is the fat queer design. This was the original thing that we decided we really wanted to make merch out of. I felt strongly that I wanted to include this because I have decided to reclaim both the term fat and queer for myself, and it seems like a lot of you also resonate with that. So we worked with an artist to turn it into a very cute little reading rainbow moment, and we had the idea to recolor it with all of the different pride flags. So there are like all of the iterations of this design. So if you want to buy it in just the traditional pride colors, you can. But if you also want to buy it in your specific flag, you can. The flags that we have are the asexual flag, the aromantic flag, the bisexual flag, the lesbian flag, non-binary flag, the pansexual flag, the transgender flag, and the traditional pride flag, like I mentioned. So we have a bunch. Like I said, if you want one, I would encourage you to go get it, because I am not guaranteeing that these are going to live on the internet forever. And then the last design that we made, I decided to sort of pull this one out of the vault. This was the original thing that I wanted to make merch out of, like a long time ago, when I was like a little baby influencer. The Carbohydrate Queen t-shirt is something that I still wear, like unironically. I made merch for my own damn self and then never sold it. So we sort of retooled the design a little bit and then tweaked it and turned it into like real merch. For those of you who don't know the story of this, by the way, I was sort of microaggressed by someone who thought that it was I don't know, I guess weird that I didn't want to eat their vegan lunch because I had already eaten my own lunch, and they asked me what I had, and I said I had a sandwich, and they said, wow, you're really just a little carbohydrate queen, aren't you? And I said, yeah, fuck you, I sure fucking am. So I did what any logical, insane adult would do. I made a t-shirt out of it and I wore it to work. So I thought it'd be fun for me to share the love of that with you guys. If you also want to be a carbohydrate queen, we made merch out of that too. So those are the designs that we have available on Bonfire right now. We also have a mug of the bodybuilder. My cat is a bodybuilder design, in case you want that. But those are the designs that are going to be available on Bonfire for like a undefined amount of time. I will make sure to let you guys know before they disappear. I won't just rip them off the internet one day. But like I said, I don't plan for them to live on the internet forevermore. So if you like them, go buy them. That about covers it for the announcements that I have today. If you have made it all the way through, thank you. I appreciate you. I am so excited for the Patreon to launch. I cannot wait to get to know you guys more and to get to spend more time with you and to get to do fun stuff. I can't express to you how jazzed I am to get to interact with you guys on a more human level. And so I look forward to seeing you guys there and getting to know you guys, and for you guys to get to know Erin too. Erin's gonna get to be on the podcast, and we're gonna get to talk about it more. So if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. We will be posting periodic updates if anything changes with the Patreon, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, but definitely go check out the Patreon. Let me know your thoughts, feels, and comments, and then I will see you guys on Saturday for regular content. So that's it. Okay, bye.